We are going straight into it, lads. We are talking about decluttering. I was saying I haven't put the summer wardrobe away yet. I wasn't ready to do it. But Aidan Gately, the decluttering expert from Home Rescue, the big fix, he is in studio and he's going to give us all the tips and hints. Now, can I ask you, you are Ireland's first male Marie Kondo consultant. Mm-hmm. So when you're invited over for dinner to the mate's house, do they panic clean going, Jesus, Aidan is on his way?
Yeah,
I hide everything in the garage.
Yeah, I need to do some stats. I honestly do think maybe less people are inviting me over since. Like, honestly, because people are like, oh God, I have to tidy up now. I'm like, you don't. Like, it's not about perfectionism. You know, a home is supposed to be untidy if it's lived in, you know.
Yes.
And I suppose if somebody has a cluttered house, they might be a bit nervous. Invite me over. Don't go upstairs, Aidan, you know. But like...
And because there is a difference between living in clutter and being a little messy or untidy, right?
Even Marie Kondo mentioned it last week on a call she did with the consultants worldwide. She just came back from holidays and she admitted 3 kids and husband, her house is a bit messy. Do you know? But you can tidy that up quickly.
Marie Kondo's a bit messy compared to Kathryn Thomas's a bit messy. I would imagine they are slightly different things.
But maybe not.
Do you do a call with the actual woman herself a couple of times a year?
Yeah, not me personally now, maybe next year. But yeah, so she does a call with the consultants worldwide. There's about 70 of us on that call, a mid-year kind of update.
Okay.
And there's about 900 consultants now worldwide, but it's only 10 guys and only 2 consultants currently certified in Ireland. So it's quite a niche thing. Yeah. So we're kind of her brand ambassadors around the world.
I love that. And I also love the fact that after she said, she has 3 kids now, doesn't she? And after her first baby, she kind of went, okay, maybe I was, you know, I think kind of have to drop the standards a little when a chiseler comes along.
Some people thought, oh my God, she's given up on it all. And we were all going, no, she hasn't. No. So she just realised, I suppose, you know, before the kids came along, her standard was quite high. And a bit like myself, I'm a recovering perfectionist, you know, so I think we can tie ourselves up in knots thinking our house has to be perfect and Instagrammable, etc. But actually, it's just, you live in the house, but it's the difference between tidy and uncluttered. If somebody's coming over at the weekend to stay in the spare room, you literally can't see the bed. That's uncluttering. Whereas untidy is, somebody's coming around in 20 minutes, I know where everything goes, so I can tidy away. Or when you come back from holidays and unpack, you know where everything goes.
Yeah.
Packing and unpacking used to be stressful for me, and now it's not.
Well, I know the show tomorrow night, which is it's not on at 9:35, and that's where we meet Anne and Peter and their kids Graham and Charlene. Mm-hmm. And I love this. So Anne is the mother who's a bit of a hoarder, and Charlene, her daughter, calls her mother, buy me.
Yeah,
that's her name.
And that might be why she ended up with 303 nail varnish bottles.
Sorry, what? Mm-hmm. 303?
Yeah, they were all stunning colours. I put on a lovely metallic blue that day because I was like, what else are we going to do?
But were they all out of date and hard? A lot of them as well?
Some of them. It took us a while. Myself and Caroline and the Clutter Busters were going, okay, let's find the ones that are like non-usable anymore. Let's find the ones that are still liquid. Let's split the glitter between the matte and the shiny and the whatever. So, but she did incredible. And should I give it away? I don't think it's actually even in the programme. How many do you think she whittled it down to? Her job, we put them out on the table, her job, and in decluttering, so remember this, it's about picking what you love. So rather than looking at 303 nail varnishes thinking I have to get rid of, pick out the ones you love.
How many did she keep? I would say 50.
10.
Oh no.
And magnets.
Well done.
She had 25 magnets on her fridge freezer. She got a brand new kitchen, spoiler alert, and she reduced it I think to 12 or 17, and we put the special ones in a frame and put them still in her kitchen, which is not visual clutter on her freezer.
Okay, well look, let's go into it, because for some people it really is an issue. And so where does clutter usually come from? It's different for different people.
It's homeless items. Do you know that everything in your messy drawer, the screwdriver, the batteries, the used batteries, the not your batteries, the bulbs, elastic bands, paper clips, all of those things. Oh my God,
I'm just going tick, 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 tick.
So when I do a workshop, I actually sometimes get people to bring in their messy drawer and we'll literally declutter it. So often a lot of the things in that drawer you need, but a lot of it you don't need. So then you go through it, pick out what you need, and then just store it better and decide, okay, this is where the sellotape lives and the screwdriver lives and the batteries live or whatever. So it is literally homeless items. Like, you know where your clothes go every night. Yeah. You know where I said your car goes, which was a stupid example I gave before. But you know where most other things go. But it's those little details. Like, actually, I saw an interior designer online yesterday. She's planning building her own house, and she's already thinking, where is her perfume going to live? Because she doesn't like spraying it in her ensuite.
Yeah.
So therefore, does she have to have a drawer in her console table to put it?
See, I get the thinking behind it, but then it's actually the activation of it as well. And it has to become a habit like everything. And I suppose because there is a big psychology when it comes to decluttering, the why we want to do it and why we need to do it.
Yeah. So that is the before you declutter, ask yourself why, because that'll keep you motivated. Usually people will start saying, oh, I want it to be more functional. I want to be able to find things easier. And you're like, why and why and why? And it usually comes down to a feeling. It's like, well, I want to feel relaxed in my house. You know, so many people come home and they close the door and they look around and go, oh, rather than going, like the world and life is stressful enough that our homes should be a place of sanctuary and calmness, you know. So figure out why, literally visualize this, a bit of manifestation almost, the ideal lifestyle document that I send out to clients. So think about, what do I want to do in the morning or the weekend when I come home from work or wake up? Do I want, my example is always my one, a mustard chair in the corner with a table so I can sit there with a book and a cup of tea. Do you know, whatever it is for you, but visualize it that clearly, and that becomes your motivation and your North Star when you're like deep in your clothes.
You know, it's very interesting because there's a friend of mine and she's selling her house at the moment, right? So she did, over the last 2 months, she decluttered everything, right? Yeah. So, and she spent so much time at it, and it got to the point then she was looking around her house going, I don't know if I want to sell it anymore. She fell back in love with her house that had been full of stuff that was driving her mad.
I know. See,
now,
everybody...
they're still going through with the sale, but she had that moment going, this is the house that I'm looking at on daft.ie that I want to live in. I actually live in it and I take out all my shite.
Well, that's the thing. There's so many things with that. A, it's a really good thing to do before you move, before she gets to the new house. So 2, it'll make her house probably sell quicker. It'll be photographed better. 3, when she gets to the new home, it'll be so much easier to put everything away because everything she's bringing is the stuff she loves. So everybody thinks, or most people think, they have not enough storage. You have too much stuff. It's that simple. Another client of mine was similar. She was looking at selling her house. She moved all the clutter upstairs, got it photographed downstairs, and then literally fell in love with it. And her neighbours were like, why are you selling? Her like, yeah, why am I selling? This is gorgeous. I love the neighbourhood. The pictures make it look...
And I have more space than I thought when I've actually cleared away.
And now I still need to clutter what's upstairs.
So if there's somebody there, and again, I'm kind of going back to, like, a house full of children is a different situation. It really is.
Yeah.
And I mean, we had to put in, when we had kids, extra storage.
Yeah.
We had to find cupboards for toy boxes. So we had to get rid of all my granny's Delf, which is now up in the attic, because that had to fit in all the toy boxes. But they were the decisions that we had to make.
Yeah.
Starting to declutter, in terms of getting your head into it, we're all busy. We have our weekends. There's gymnastics, we're football, whatever. Yeah. How do we do it? Because it's a big job.
Yeah, especially if you have so many kids in the house and busy. So you don't have maybe 5 hours to give over to something. So just even 10 minutes and just set a timer on your phone and decide, okay, this weekend I'm going to do just my jeans. If you don't have time to bring all of your clothes out of the wardrobe, just do jeans, or do the messy drawer. Pick, ideally the KonMari method is about doing it by category, not location. So you do clothes, then you do books, then you do paper. But if you don't have time to do the one category in one swoop, just start smaller. But I would start with clothes, or, start with the kids' toys. And kids are really, really good. If you ask kids to declutter their toys with you, from the age of 3 or 4, Marie will say, they can do it. And the thing is, the kid will instantly know what sparks joy for them or not. It's often the parent who goes, but Auntie Mary bought that and that was 80 quid in Smith's last Christmas. And the kid is like, nah, I don't play with it.
Okay, that's interesting, because I have to do it when they're gone, and then I have it in the back of the car getting
guilt.
ready to go to the charity shop.
Yeah.
And then inevitably it's found.
Teach them.
The 3 bin bags full of clothes or full of toys are found, and then we have to unload everything.
That's why you have to, if the stuff goes in the car, and I'm guilty of this as well, you have to bring it to the charity shop really quickly. But get the kids involved, and also in a kind way ask everybody you know to stop buying plastic toys for you. Stop buying even anything. I don't buy anything that friends can't eat or drink or smell. So flowers, wine, biscuits, chocolates, an experience at cinema. I really don't buy physical things because, it doesn't make sense why I would bring clutter to somebody else's house, because I don't know what they're going to love. But flowers, things that will expire. So just ask people nicely. Even if you're like, I've all the books in the world I need. Ma'am, sisters, I don't need any more books. I'll get them in the library if I need. Set those boundaries for yourself, because so much of the stuff that we not consume, what's the other word, that we have in our houses, accumulate is the word, comes from other people. So this method gives you a chance to actually stop and curate your possessions.
Yeah.
That's what it's about, actually stepping back.
And in the same way for women, particularly, you know, with clothes and the ease of online purchasing now,
Yes.
you know, we've got to be very mindful of what we're buying. And
Yeah.
also, what I would do as well is take all the clothes out and then start rematching outfits
Yes.
for the winter. So I
Yeah.
might put a different shirt with a skirt that I'd never worn before.
Yeah.
So it's actually just trying to think outside the box. A little
And
bit.
having everything in your wardrobe. If you know that everything in your wardrobe, you love it or you need it for work and it fits you,
Yes.
even that alone is life-changing
Okay.
in the morning when you're getting up.
Aidan, I'm going to call you next week after I've brought my
Do.
kids through a decluttering of their toys, because I don't feel that's going to work if I include them. And if it doesn't, you're dead.
Bring
right?
me, and you can use me as leverage.